Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's about that time again. It's the Wednesday Wisdom. You got me, Captain Number One, hosting tonight, and you got Soldier Assad reading for us tonight. Tonight we're going to be going over a little bit of the 4th of July, some history, some things that our people should know. A lot of our people in this world is still ignorant to the things, to the devices of Satan. A lot of our people are still ignorant to the fact that they need to come back and keep these law, statutes, commandments, and eat these traditions of men. Because when you look at Walmart on these 4th of July sales, who do you really see in these lines? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Dan, Gad. When you're in Publix in those lines, who do you see? Being a 4th of July sale, baby back ribs. You see our people. You understand? That's the issue. Because already recorded in the scriptures, the Heavenly Father already gave us holidays, traditions, laws, statutes, commandments we ought to keep. Our forefathers told the Most High, man, everything you said we will do. That was a contract. You understand? Us being a backsliding people, we always go back on our word. The Most High keeping His covenant to 1,000 generations. But our people break their covenant for 1,000 generations. You understand? We ought not to, be ignorant of Satan's devices. We might as well watch and pray, redeeming the time short, with the unbelievers. So, we're going to touch on the scriptures on this 4th of July. Like the elder captain brought out last night for the new moon. Hallelujah. We're going to go to some scriptures, some understandings on spiritual songs and psalms, praising the Most High. You understand? Why did the Most High create instruments? Why did He create people to be able to have such beautiful voice, singing, all these beautiful sounds on this earth? It was all created for a purpose. Everything was created for a purpose, for the pleasure of the Most High God. So we're going to go to some scriptures. We're going to go to a little bit of this 4th of July nonsense our people celebrating them. Let's open up Colossians 3:17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by Him.
So everything we do, we always open up with this scripture, because everything we do, everything we say, everything we think, everything we lay our hands on, we must put the other one, the Most High God, the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our anointed Savior Yahushua in everything we do. When you wake up, your first thought is the Most High by Yahushua. You understand? When you sleep, by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. When you speak, you understand? Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So open Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. Because, in this society, we learn a lot of customs that our fathers did not know. If Moses was alive today, 4th of July would be strange to him. Christmas would be strange to Abraham. Easter would be strange to Isaac. Because that's something that was given to our people. That's not something that was ordained by the Most High God. You understand? But our people fought to the traditions of men. Let me do it on 32 verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Remember the what?
Remember the days of old.
The Most High God said, reflect on the things that happened already. All these things that are recorded in the Holy Scriptures right here. He said, reflect on these things. Remember these things. They're written for a purpose. Hold that. Give me Romans chapter 15 verse 4. Romans chapter 15 verse 4. Anybody who tuned into my live stream classes, when I'm filling in for ministry, I'm going to go through a lot of scriptures. So please try to have your pen, your notepad, and be ready to be given some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, by the words of the Most High God. Romans 15 and 4.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written.
For what?
For whatsoever things were written.
Everything that was written, everything that was recorded, that was documented, read.
Aforetime.
A what?
Aforetime.
A what?
Aforetime.
Before, when Yahushua was on this earth, in 1880 BC, when the Most High used Moses to take our people out of Egypt, read.
Were written for our learning.
For our what?
For our learning.
It was everything in the scriptures was recorded for our understanding today, man. It was all left so we don't fall under the hands of transgression in these wicked times. That's what it was all made for. The Most High being so gracious, being so wise, He gave us our heritage in these last days. You understand? Prophecy said in the third day. The Most High raising us up on the third day. And he said he's going to cut the time short. You understand? Salvation right at the door. So we could come back and teach the generations to come how to serve and worship according to scriptures. You understand? Because when our people keep the 4th of July, they're not worshiping the Most High. They're defining the name of the Most High God. Because we carry his name. You understand? Go back to where you was at, Deuteronomy 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7.
Right?
Remember the days of old.
Remember what?
Remember the days of old.
Read.
Consider the years.
John the Baptist, Ezekiel, you understand, Jeremiah, sitting at the table, eating a griot prickles on Christmas. You gotta ask yourself, when did you see that in the scriptures? When did you see the Most High say, on the 4th of July, I want you to throw up fire in the sky and worship the host of heaven or something like that? You're not gonna see this written in the scriptures. You understand? So some of our people are just simple. They don't ask, they don't consider. That's why the Most High said we dumber than the ox, dumber than the donkey. We don't know, we don't consider. We don't care as a nation. So when judgment rain on us, he's not going to care either. Continue reading.
Ask thy father.
Ask that who?
Ask thy father.
He's not speaking about your literal father, but what your fathers in these scriptures. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These righteous men in these scriptures, they're your fathers. They're your forefathers. Might as well read.
And he will shew thee.
And he will what?
And he will shew thee.
He will show you the way. Right? Read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Remember the days of old, read.
Consider the years of many generations.
Right?
Ask thy father.
Ask that who?
Ask thy father.
Right?
And he will shew thee. Read. Thy elders. And they will tell thee.
Ask the old men, man. Ask these elders in his truth, man. Before you get into something you have no knowledge of, you should ask your elders. There's still people that been around when Esau was going crazy. When Esau showed you he was the devil, you understand? Ask them what our people was doing during this time, man. When our people was being dragged in trucks in a Ford F-150, these Jeeps, you understand? These wicked holidays, they're strange to our people, man. It's an abomination in the eyes of the Most High God. Read.
When the Most High shall divide it to the nations of their inheritance.
Give me Jeremiah 8 verse 20. Give me Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 20. Because the reason why our people celebrate these days is because they still at ease. Our people are still at ease in America. Under Satan's authority. And they loving it. They living their best life. You understand? They want to go to Publix, they can eat their GMO food, throw it on the grill, eat their pork, their shrimp, crab, lobster, and have the white man right there in the backyard too, passing them the condiments. You understand? Because our people are so comfortable. Because our people forgot they're in captivity still. 4th of July, the so-called Negroes in captivity. You understand? Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, and verse 20.
Right.
The harvest is past.
Right.
The summer is ended.
Right.
And we are not saved.
And we are not what?
And we are not saved.
Jeremiah saying time and time is passing by. You understand? 2020 is around the corner. And we're still in captivity. Some of our people believe 2019 was going to be the year. Slavery's been started, man. Both of the slaves went to South America. It's well over 400 years already. And we still in. Our people want to try to find any route but keeping the Most High's law, statutes, commandments. Even some people are the truth. The Most High brought you to liberty. You're supposed to be at his moon, Shabbats, high holy days, and memorials. You understand? Scripture says, sinful man find an excuse it. Read.
For the hurt of the daughter of my people.
Because our people is hurt. For what? What is our people hurt for? Give me Hosea 4 verse 6. This is our people's lacking. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. Because our oppressors give us EBT, eat better today, we forget being in captivity. Our people give us Section 8, we forget being in captivity. If our people can receive reparations, like the elder brought out yesterday, we've all been spending it on big wheel Cadillacs. Some of these men will be blowing it up at the strip club. You understand? What our people need is these law, statutes, commandments, man. Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Right?
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
For what?
For a lack of knowledge.
And what is that knowledge? The knowledge of the Most High God. The knowledge of self, of yourself. You being the chosen, the elect of the Most High God. Right? Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because when you tell our people, man, 4th of July is of the devil, they kicking you from the house, they blocking your number, and they're spreading the word in the hood. Yo, man, I think Pookie's smoking angel dust. I think he's smoking too much, man. Hanging out with the Muslims on 937 West Broad Boulevard. You understand? Because our people forsaking knowledge. Read.
I will also reject thee.
That the Most High promised he will reject us as a nation. And we see that our people waking up in these last days. But there's a heavy majority of them still in this 4th of July nonsense. Read.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
That we won't be no priests, we won't be no ministers unto him. Right? Because we know the tribe of Levi are the only priests according to scripture. We're not going to know his laws no more. We're not going to understand his ways anymore. That's what he's talking about. Read.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High.
Because we forget his ways. We forget these holy days. Right? Read.
I will also forget thy children.
You forgot our children. Probably tomorrow, he's going to go crazy, get a couple Budweisers, round up the boys, get a truck, and go find little Jake in the hood. You understand? Because they see they keep him falling. Hallelujah. Give me Book chapter 3, verse 8. Give me Book chapter 3, verse 8. Book of Book chapter 3, verse 8. Because what happened to our people, man, they just forgot, man. They're still subject to the hands of their oppressors. We don't have no sovereignty as a nation. 4th of July, we were picking cotton plantains, picking okra, tobacco. You understand? We weren't in Publix. We weren't on the porch sipping on lemonade with gin with our oppressors. It was in the field, man. And our people forgotten that. Read that.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We're still in our captivity. The Most High did not send the chariots to come out and redeem our people yet. Read.
Where thou hast scattered us.
Where the Most High has scattered us. Read.
For a reproach.
For what?
For a reproach.
Read.
And a curse.
And a what?
And a curse.
Because he didn't want us to get comfortable. That's why he made sure the oppressor give you $10 an hour and your rent is $1,300 a month. So you don't get comfortable. You understand? Read.
And to be subject to payments.
To be subject to what?
To payments.
Because when the Most High gave us the land, he didn't tell us we were going to owe him $2,000 a month for rent to be on his land. He gave it to us for free. You understand? Read.
According to all the iniquities.
To all his what?
According to all the iniquities.
Because of our transgression. We refuse to come back and keep his ways. Read.
Of our fathers.
Right.
Which departed from the Most High.
Because our fathers have sinned and are not. We're reaping their 401k right now, man. In transgression with the Most High. Because they're in the ground. We still alive today. You understand? So let's read some of these things that's going on with 4th of July. You can actually give me Proverbs 14:15. Give me Proverbs 14:15. 14-15. Because a lot of our people, man, the scripture says, simple man believe it, but a prudent man look into it. If Esau were to make a new holiday tomorrow, everybody wear a pink Dickie outfit with a polka dot hat tomorrow. 50% off at Publix. The so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American Seminole Indian is going to go crazy. Give him day off that day, he's going to forget who he is. You understand? They're really going to get out of it. Read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 15.
Right.
The simple believeth every word.
The what?
The simple believeth every word.
Scripture says the simple believeth every word. Read.
But the prudent man.
But the what?
But the prudent man.
But the what?
But the prudent man.
But the wise man. Read.
Looketh well to his going.
He looked at well at his going. He look at what's going on right now, man. He understands the times he's in right now. So let's read some of these things on this 4th of July. Man. Let's see what Frederick Douglass had to say about it. Let's read it right here. Monitor Zach can pull it up. The year was 1852, and American slavery had to be abolished. It was the antebellum era where slaveholders disallowed their human chattel from participating in 4th of July celebrations. And where even in free states, blacks were discouraged from attending. However, that year, a former slave was asked to address the Independence Day. What we see here? Even when our people was quote-unquote free men, they still weren't allowed to keep 4th of July. Right? They still weren't able to keep 4th of July. Because there's only going to be that remnant of our people that still want to be wicked and get along with the white man's rule. You understand? There's still be that so-called Israelite man that want to get with the LGBT community, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. They still want to get with the program. That's according to scriptures. There's no thing under the sun. Give me that 1 Maccabees 1 to 10. Let's get that. We're just going to go through this real quick. Then we're going to get to the class. It says right here, where slaveholders disallowed their human chattel for participating in 4th of July celebrations. And where even in free states, blacks were discouraged from attending. Why they were discouraged? Because if Master seen this nigger throwing up firecrackers, enjoying himself on his holiday, that's a dead Negro.
Khan.
You understand? The so-called Edomite eyes ain't nothing better than a dead Negro. Right? Read that for me.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root.
Right?
Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes,
right?
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome.
That's 1 Maccabees 1 and 10? Go ahead and read.
And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Right.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
What happened?
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
So this is during the Greek captivity. When Antiochus became in power, they came out of our people, wicked men. Read.
Who persuaded many.
Who did what?
Who persuaded many.
Come on, Master's having a ball. Let's go to Master's house. Right? Read.
Saying, let us go and make a covenant.
Let us do what?
Make a covenant.
Let us go and get down with what's going on over here. You still see it today. Our people are still getting down with 4th of July. Read.
With the heathen.
With the who?
With the heathen.
With the who?
With the heathen.
With the heathen. There's no new things under the sun. Right, let's continue reading. However, that year, a former slave was asked to address the Independence Day gathering commemorating the signing of the Declaration of Independence, held at the Rochester's Corinthian Hall. And on July 5th, Frederick Douglass stepped on stage and asked, what to the slave is the 4th of July?
That's right.
This so-called quote-unquote black man said, what does 4th of July got to do with you? You understand? And you got to look at it. Whose independence was it? Because we were still picking cotton. It was the so-called Edomites, man. That was their independence, not from the British, I believe. You understand? Because this land was taken by blood, rape, rob, and murder. Give me Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Because you have too many of our people, man, getting down with this program. Right? President Douglas was kind of in the spirit. He said, what does this have to do with you? At least we know he wasn't a coon to some degree. What does this have to do with you? You picking cotton, you in the field. What does this have to do? Why are you celebrating? Read.
The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right?
Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Right?
And work evil upon their beds.
Because every nation on this earth know the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American went to slavery because of their transgressions against the Heavenly Father. You don't think the so-called white man know that? Scripture says he's wiser than Daniel. You understand? He understands biblical prophecy. Even though he don't understand he's going to be defeated, he understands. White thing he got Issachar working so hard. You understand? He know Issachar is he that is hired. He have understanding of biblical prophecy. Read.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Right?
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because the Most High gave that power to their hand for a time being. Until the time of the Gentiles was fulfilled. Read.
And they covet fields.
And they do what?
And they covet fields.
Because they seen this land, they liked it, they took it. Read.
And take them by violence.
And take them by what?
And take them by violence.
Everything that the so-called Caucasian man have was taken by rape, rob, murder, and lies. Right? Read.
In houses and take them away.
Right?
So they oppress a man in his house.
Because this whole world belongs to right at the end of the day. That's according to 2 Ezra 7-10. Right? They taken everything on this earth, man, and they covered fields. Give me Habakkuk 2 verse 12. Habakkuk 2 verse 12. We gotta go to a couple of scriptures what this brother's saying right here. What does it have to do with the slave on 4th of July? And it's crazy. You see the most 6'11", 250-pound of muscle, Terry Crews Negroes wearing star-spangled banner crew necks and spandex on Hollywood Beach, South Beach, or Hollywood Beach. You understand? It's the same spirits, man. I was trying to do a covenant with the heathens. You got it? Yeah, read.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right.
I will stand upon my watch.
Right.
And set me upon the tower.
Right.
And I will watch to see.
Habakkuk 2 and 12, right? It's all good.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood.
Because this land was made out of blood. It was taken by violence, read.
Establisheth a city by iniquity.
Because it was established by iniquity. It is established by sin, man. The scriptures say the simple kingdom is in the eyes of the Most High. His eyes are upon the simple kingdom. So let's continue reading. The sunlight that brought life and healing to you has brought stripes of death to me. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. Douglas told the mostly white audience, and he asked them, do you mean citizens to mock me by asking me to speak today? You understand? Because this has nothing to do with our people, man. You understand? This is very powerful words, man. It has nothing to do with our people. Give me 1 Maccabees chapter 1 verse 41. 1 Maccabees 1:41. Scroll down a little bit, Monetizak. Right, read.
Book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 41.
Right.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people,
right,
and everyone shall leave his laws. To all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
So this is nothing new under the sun. Just like America. Stop worshiping Allah. Get down with Caesar word. Get down with this right here. Get down with this right here. Get with this program. Stop worshiping Buddha and get with this program right here, 4th of July. Stop worshiping your snake god in Africa and get down with this right here. And even to the children of it, we continue reading.
Yea, many also of the Israelites.
Many of the what?
Many also of the Israelites.
Of our people, read.
Consented to his religion.
A lot of our people consent to this religion, man. Consent to this wicked holiday. Consent to whatever that's going down. Give me 2 Maccabees 4:15. 2 Maccabees 4:15. A lot of our people forsake the Most High's ways and celebrate these things on high throughout the year. Right? Read that for me.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers,
right,
but liking the glory.
Like of the what?
Liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Because our people don't take glory on these high holidays the Most High gave us, man. Our people have not taken glory from the Most High given us. Because he gave us holy days, like here. Give me Deuteronomy 16:16. Deuteronomy 16:16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, and verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Most High thy power.
Right.
In the place which he shall choose.
Right.
In the feast of unleavened bread.
Because the Most High gave us a feast. He knows he's Most High being all powerful, all wise. He gave us a government. He gave us officers. He gave us priests. He gave us ministers. He gave us warriors, valiant men, captains of hundreds, thousands. You understand? Gave us the most beautiful woman on this earth. You understand? Gave us laws, statutes, commandments, even holy days. What nation that doesn't have holy days? Time to celebrate. Right? He gave us our own. Read.
And in the feast of weeks.
The feast of what?
The feast of weeks.
Other words, the feast of Pentecost. Read.
And in the feast of tabernacles.
The feast of what?
The feast of tabernacles.
And the feast of tabernacles, man. The Most High gave us certain things we ought to keep. Other people rather not keep this and keep 4th of July, keep all these other holidays. You understand? Give me Zechariah 13, verse 8 before we get into the Testament. Because scriptures already tell you how many Israelites are going to be keeping 4th of July. 13, verse 8. Scriptures already tell you how many Israelites are going to keep playing around with the Most High Sabbath, keep playing around with his law, statutes, commandments, going to keep playing around with the Most High. Like everything is a Scriptures already prophesied. Right? Read.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and verse 8.
Right?
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, save the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off. And
what?
2 parts therein shall be cut off.
So tomorrow, 66.6% of the children of Israel is going to be keeping 4th of July tomorrow. You understand? Most High willing, so they repent. You understand? Paul said it best. I honestly wish that all Israel could be saved, but we know that's not going to happen. Because some of our people are still enticed by the lust of this world. You understand? Read.
2 parts therein shall be cut off.
Right.
God. But the third.
But the what?
But the third.
But we honestly hope that, we enter the 1/3, or, us as men enter the 144,000 bracket. You understand? You can't be trying to seek salvation. You still being enticed by these things. You understand? Because 4th of July, that's of the devil. It is garbage. Plain and simple. Right. You understand? Read.
But the third shall be left therein.
But the third going to be left therein. 1/3 of Israel, Most High willing, ain't going to be keeping these wicked holidays tomorrow. Celebrating this nonsense. Talking about, just blowing up firecrackers for the kids, a couple kosher and sausages on the grill. You understand? Trying to justify it because of the children. Children went to captivity too. You understand? So let's get into the class. Get me let's go back to Colossians 3:7. Actually, just get Revelation 4:11. Revelation 4:11. So tonight's class is talking about songs, spiritual songs, praising the Most High God. You understand? The Most High made everything on this earth for his pleasure. Everything on this earth is made for the pleasure of the Most High God. It's not a coincidence when you look at the Bible, the Holy Bible. The longest book in the scriptures is the book of Psalms. And what is the book of Psalms filled with? Praises, psalms, songs. A lot of these things are songs by the sons of the chief musician Asaph. You understand? We even got our own Asaph right here. You understand? Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 4 and verse 11. Thou art worthy, O Most High.
Because the Most High is worthy for praise. A lot of our people, man, sometimes the Christianity show the Most High more praise than our people in the truth. Sometimes we forget. It's the Most High God who's on the throne that we praise him. Right? Read.
To receive the glory.
To receive the what?
To receive the glory.
Because when we ought to praise the Most High, we ought to give him glory. We're going to touch on some of these things. Right? Read.
And honor.
And what?
And honor.
And respect. Read.
And power.
And right?
For thou hast created all things.
Because the Most High created all things. He created the plants, the herbs, you understand? The righteous, the wicked. He created everything on this earth. Everything has a specific purpose. He made everything for. Every single thing. Because the Most High is a God of order. You understand? He's not a God of order. Everything he made in order. It's not a coincidence, you understand, these the great wells of the ocean. How they make the most beautiful sounds in the ocean. Who do you think they're singing to? A lot of people don't know. According to scriptures, even the songs sing unto the Most High God. It's been scientifically proven already. You understand? They make sound waves that's similar to drums and congos. You understand? Everything was made for the pleasure of the Most High God. You understand? Some of our people, you know, they misuse their gifts. And Beyonce, Carrie Hilson, Michael Hayes, you understand? Positive K, what your man got to do with me. They misuse these gifts. Everything was made for the glorification of the Heavenly Father. You understand? Read.
And for thy pleasure,
Right?
they are, and were created.
Everything was created for the pleasure of the Most High God. You understand? Even the gifts that He gives us. Some may be able to minister. Some may be able to lead. Some may be able to speak multiple languages. You understand? Some may be able to have the intelligence of war, sewing, cooking. All these things were made for the glorification of the Heavenly Father. It was never made for you to keep it in your closet or put it under the bed. That's not what it was made for. Music was not made for that. What you see today, with a lot of people cursing, bang, bang, shoot, mama, blah, blah, whatever. You understand? It wasn't created for that originally. You understand? Us as being a nation, you see we're the most musical people, man. Most musically talented people. Esau can't keep a beat to save his life. You understand? The Most High put it in His spirit, put it in our spirit, so we can use it to worship and praise Him, to bring glory upon His name. You understand? Nowadays, our people use what? This talent, this beautiful talent, put it on the left-hand side. You understand? Beyonce supposed to be talking about Yasha Allah, the Most High God. Roll up Donald Trump. That's what she's supposed to be singing about. But our people use it on the left-hand side, right? Even in this word, there's probably a lot of singers in here. I can't sing. I cannot sing like R. Kelly. I don't believe I can fly. You understand? My gift is to be able to minister the Most High's word so far. There's a lot of our people in this word, they're very talented, man. They should be using this word, this talent, this gift to what? Glorify the Most High. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Because from the beginning, these instruments were made. Drums, cymbals, all brass instruments were made from the beginning. Our people had knowledge of these things. Well, it's like a man had knowledge of this originally. And it come up out of nowhere in 1660 by the hands of the white man. You understand? Give me Ecclesiastes 9, verse 10.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, and verse 10.
All right, let me get there.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
What did it say?
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do it with thy might.
So the Most I said, whatever you find your hand to do, man, when you have this gift, man, do it with all your heart, all your soul. Put everything you have into it. Because what it was, we read the verse, it was meant for what? The pleasure of the Most High. You understand? A lot of our people, man, they look down on, our musically talented brothers or whatever. But these things is necessary, man. The first thing our people did is left Egypt was what? Who was singing? Miriam the prophetess was singing about what happened in Egypt. Right? Read.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
Right? Give me Genesis chapter 4, verse 20. Let's get it from the beginning. Because, society teaches that what? A caveman made a wheel, 16,000 years ago? We just recently discovered fire. But when you look at the scriptures, historical events that happen. You understand? The most I give you true events that happen. When you read in the scriptures, you find out we always had knowledge of wearing clothes. We always had knowledge of fire, clean and unclean, sanitation. You understand? How to move, how to go to war, how to build. You understand? People always had knowledge of these things in scripture. When you look at Discovery Channel, they tell you about 1.6 million years ago that a man thought to decide to make a chair. That's all the fables of men. Give me Genesis 4:20.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, and verse 20.
Right?
And Nadab bare Jabal.
Right?
And he was the father of such as dwell in tents.
He was the what?
He was the father of such as dwell in tents.
Right?
And of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal.
Right?
And he was the father of all, such as handle the harp.
The what?
The harp.
The what?
The harp.
What is the harp used for? It didn't say the heart. It says the harp. Right? Read.
And organ.
Right?
In Zalah, she also bare to Balakain,
Right? Read.
an instructor of every artificer.
A what?
Artificer.
An instructor of all artificer. You see them right here from the beginning. Genesis. This is before Israel was on the earth. Some people might get simple, oh, to see the Cain and blah, 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 blah. You gotta stop being simple. You understand? We have evidence that these things was been on the earth. It was made for what? For the glorification of the Heavenly Father. It wasn't made for you to go get rich, go get a poor playboy, and that. It wasn't made for that. It was used for make the Most High happy. All things were made to make the Most High happy. When the Most High sent an archangel to go send out judgment, he's going out to do it to make the Most High happy. Music is made to show to make the Most High happy. You understand? And he deserved every single bit of that, man. Right? Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. Ecclesiastes 1, verse 9. Because it's not a coincidence when you look at today's time, you see who's the best rappers, jazz artists, rock stars, country music. You understand? Haitian music, samba, and then reggaeton. There's a lot of people, as the children of Israel, who's dominating these things. Because why? It's been in our spirit. You understand? It's been in our spirit. That's why when our people get a nice beat, some bass in it, some fire lyrics, we jump up and down like we walk a flocker. We go crazy. Because it's in our spirit to move like that when we encounter music. You understand? You understand? Because it's in the Most High. The Most High put it in us. We was made after His image. So evidently the Most High do enjoy music. Right, read?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be.
Right.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Right.
And there is no new thing.
There's no what?
There is no new thing.
Right.
Under the sun.
It's not new that, our people dominate these things. No, we're the most talented people, man. You will have an Israelite woman sing some blues, that thing will have you to tears. Because of the soul, the emotion she put in it. Imagine if our people put that on the right hand side. A lot of people will say, not no try begging, that Benjamin make the most spiritual songs. You understand? A lot of these so-called Levites, they make these songs, they use it for what? Solely for witchcraft. They use it to conjure up spirits. These songs, that's what they use it for, to conjure up spirits. That's why if anybody who look at these videos, look into it, you see right before somebody is possessed going crazy, they sing a group of songs, spiritual songs to get the spirit in there. So they use what the Most High gave them on the left-hand side because these people was in charge of the praise in the Most High's temple. You understand? The Most High gave you eyes, ears, nose, all your services, man, for a purpose. What you put it for His worship. Give me Ecclesiastes, Sirach, 17 and 1. The Most High gave you all those senses for what? To use it for His glorification. To be able to taste and make good food for His nation. You understand? To be able to hear and discern sounds. To be a good producer of what? To produce music for the Most High. A beautiful voice. To do what? Bring glorification. Because the angels in heaven, they glorify the Most High day in and day out. Those 24 elders in Revelation, they worship the Most High day in and day out. The 4 beasts, they worship the Most High. How great are we? Some people do it grudgingly. In that scripture.
The book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 17 and verse 1. The Most High created man of the earth,
right,
and turned him into it again.
Right.
He gave them few days in a short time, and power also over the things therein.
Right.
He endued them with strength by themselves, and made them according to His image, and put the fear of man upon all flesh.
Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Most High, and in the 6th place He imparted them understanding.
So when you look at the scriptures, the Most High gave you 5 operations, what? Your 5 senses. The 6th part He gave you understanding on how to use it. You understand? Read.
And in the 7th, speech, an interpreter of the cogitations thereof.
Read.
Counsel and a tongue and eyes, ears and a heart gave he them to understand.
Right, read.
Withal he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and shewed them good and evil.
All right.
He set his eye upon their hearts, that he might shew them the greatness of his works.
Because all this was made for what? The Most High gave these things, not only just to live upon the earth, what to be able to put them to use for his purpose. Gave you to understand how to use these things for your purpose, for his purpose. Not for your own personal gain. Read.
He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding.
Because we might declare the Most High's works, man. Because we're a nation full of salt. That's what scriptures say. Give me Matthew 5:13. We're a nation full of salt. If everybody's teaching, everybody's ministering, everybody will be the top-notch soldier, who's gonna make the music for the kingdom? You understand? If everybody want to be the captain of 1 million, who's gonna be able to fabricate the clothes in the kingdom of heaven? You understand? Everybody want to be a killer. Kill Esau, raise Esau back up and kill him again. Who's gonna give the Most High praises in this house, man, in the kingdom? You understand? Some people were blessed with this gift to do what? Use it for our nation. Because we live in wicked times. Every day you hear another curse or fly back in the radio. You have the city girls going crazy, Cardi B going crazy in the radio. You understand? We need men and women in this truth that's going to be able to use their talent the Most High gave them to combat fame. And what he's bringing out to our nation. Right? Most High's blessing us. He's we still got great men in these last days breaking out the music, using their talent for this. Right? Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
Right?
But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Because the Most High said we the salt of the earth. You understand? This, even though this what's his name, little Nas X, he's a sodomite. I don't know if he saw cut him a check or not, but he said he proclaimed he a sodomite. He just got into the country genre. He already blown past Esau like crazy in sales. You understand? And he's probably under 20 years old, Jake. Most I said, we're the salt of the earth. I wouldn't be surprised if Jake hop into some Chinese music and dominate all those Moabites and Ammonites. Because the Most I said, we're the salt of the earth. It's only natural we're going to dominate in everything we do. Because the Most High dominates everything we do. Right? Give me Isaiah 29, verse 16. What's going on in these times is what? Everything's being turned upside down. Everything's going to the left-hand side. Because why? The Most High's word's not coming out. The law, statute, commandments is not being executed. Our people don't know righteousness anymore. So of course that when you hear these music, these songs, only blasphemy, wickedness is going to come out of these artists' mouth. Isaiah 29:16.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 16. Surely your turning of things upon.
Read it again. Isaiah 29:16.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Right, read.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding?
Because everything on the earth is turned upside down. To the household, you understand? To how we live, how we speak, everything's been turned upside down in Babylon. You just got to every single thing. The Most High told us what to rap about, what to sing about, what to praise about. Life, love, family. All people turn it upside down. Lies, kill, jack you, rob you. Everything has been turned upside down. Everything is not in the proper order. You know what I'm saying? That's why this earth's wickedness is continually increasing. Because all things are not how they're supposed to be. They're not in order. Right? Give me Amos chapter 5, verse 22. Amos chapter 5, verse 22. Us in the truth, we should have liberty that we get to serve the Most High God. We serve the kings of kings, Lord of lords himself. We praise the only power that's in heaven. The only living power that's in heaven. The people in the church, though they have all the equipment, all the money, they're serving a dead God. This is their God right here. You understand? You won't smile, you won't wink at them. And they do better job praising their false God, their Caesar Borgia over us in this world. You understand? We should take every opportunity to praise the Most High God, because of course He's going to remember that. Because what you think we're going to be doing in the kingdom? You don't think we're going to be praising the Most High? Right, read.
5:22.
Yeah, Amos 5:22.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 22. Thou ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings,
right?
And I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Right?
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
That what?
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
The Most High say, take away the noise of your songs. You understand? The Most High does not want to hear the wicked, what the wicked have to say. Most High don't want to hear. The Most High want to hear what the righteous have to say. How the righteous is going to come back with the wicked bringing out in this world. Because the world is without light now. When is the righteousness going to flourish again? Right? Read.
For I will not hear the melody of thy viols.
Because a lot of our people are wicked throughout the year. A lot of our people are smoking in clubs, all these types of wickedness. And they still have the audacity to try to do music for the Most High, up in this industry. Even Kirk Franklin, he's speaking to a white guy. Talking about it's for the Most High God. The Most High don't want to hear that. You understand? A lot of our people forget the Most High hates the wicked. They hate sinner and the sin. Give me Psalm 7, verse 13. Start from verse 11.
Psalm?
Yeah. Psalm 7, verse 11. Because the praise of the wicked is an abomination, how much more is the singing? It doesn't matter if you can sing like R. Kelly. It doesn't matter. If you're wicked, the Most High don't want nothing to do with that. He don't want that type of praise. He don't want that type of love. Read.
The book of Psalm, chapter 7, verse 11.
Right.
The Most High judgeth the righteous.
Right.
And the Most High is angry with the wicked.
He's what?
Is angry with the wicked every day.
Every what?
Every day.
Most High say he's angry with the wicked every day. So when you see our people in the world, they being wicked, and they admitting it, you understand? The Most High don't want nothing to do with that. It doesn't matter if you make you, sometimes they do it so good and make you shed a tear. Make you scream like a woman. The Most High don't want nothing to do with that. It means more when it comes from the righteous seed. You understand? Give me Proverbs chapter 21, verse 27. That's why when the beginning of the verse, the Most High say he don't want the fat of your beast, he don't want your sacrifice. Because we know we sacrifice ourselves. We sacrifice the talents the Most High gives us, man. We give it up to the Most High to offer it.
21:7.
Yeah, 21:27.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 27. The sacrifice of the wicked.
The sacrifice of the what?
Of the wicked.
Right?
Is abomination.
It's an abomination. You understand? Michael Jackson's sacrifice to the Most High, Beyonce, Jay-Z, all these guys, it's an abomination. Read.
How much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind?
Because a lot of our people bring it out with a wicked mind. They can talk about the Most High all they want throughout the verse. They can say the Most High about 50 times. And they still got wickedness in their mind. It's still an abomination. It means more for the Most High when it comes from an honest and sincere heart. You know what I mean? If you're wicked 24/7, don't try to make the Most High don't want to have nothing to do with that. Go back to Bills and Amos. Fine. Go back to Amos. Fine. Bible 22, where you left off.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 22. Thou ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
So you offer these Most High all these works, all your gifts, all your talents, all your fruit. If you're wicked, read,
I will not accept them.
He's not going to accept it. It's unacceptable. He would rather hear it from a brother who can't even sing, but he's righteous over the brother who's going off, who's wicked, who's still in this world that could sing better the chance to rap or Rihanna, one of these guys. Because it will mean more. Right? It's working? Hallelujah.
It's trying.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amos 8 and 3.
The book of Amos, chapter 8, and verse 3. And the songs of the temple shall be howlings.
Right?
In that day.
In that what?
In that day.
Because in that day, a lot of people singing what? A lot of this gospel in the church. You understand? It's not going to protect them these last days. Deliverance is still going in these churches. They're still being assassinated in the churches. The Spirit of the Most High is not there. He doesn't want the praise that's coming from there. That sacrifice that's coming from there. Read.
Saith the Other One Yahweh.
Right?
There shall be many dead bodies.
There should be what?
Many dead bodies.
Right?
In every place.
In every place, because they're what? They're spiritually dead. A lot of our people are spiritually dead, trying to talk about they trying to do this for the Most High, but they just love God. If you're not keeping the Most High laws, you're an enemy of the state. You're an enemy of the nation. Right? Give me Job chapter 14, verse 4.
The book of Job, chapter 14, and verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Who can bring a righteous thing out of a wicked man? A wicked man can't produce righteousness. A murderer cannot produce righteousness. A liar cannot produce righteousness. You eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, you can't produce righteousness. Just like the Most High does not hear the prayer of the wicked, you don't want to hear your songs if you're wicked. You don't want to have to do nothing to do with you if you're wicked. Give me Colossians 3:16. Colossians 3:16.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 16. Let the word of Hamashiach dwell in you richly in all wisdom.
So when you do righteous music, now we talked about the wicked for a few. Let's get to a little bit of righteous. Moses said, when you read that scripture one more time.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 16. Let the word of Hamashiach dwell in you richly in all wisdom.
So when it comes out of your mouth, what you're supposed to produce is a word of the Mashiach Yahushua. You're supposed to put these scriptures, this gospel, this testament, in the words. Right? Read.
Teaching and admonishing.
Doing what?
Teaching and admonishing.
So what's supposed to be coming out of your mouth is what?
Teaching and admonishing.
Something that's an edification of this word. Like our brothers were rapping about the Passover. You understand? Job 9:24. Earth is given to the wicked. You understand? That's what type of music you're supposed to be producing. Speaking about the great works of the Most High, like the Mary and the prophetess. Read.
One another in psalms.
And what?
One another in psalms.
Because a lot of camps, they really don't praise the Most High. In Psalms. Psalms is the biggest book for a reason. The Most High loves it. And we ought to do what he loves. Right? A lot of us hesitate because we want to be Mr. Macho. According to scripture, 144, they're going to sing that new song. And they're going to be the top of the knot. Read.
And hymns.
Right?
In spiritual songs.
In spiritual what?
In spiritual songs.
It's supposed to be spiritual. What you produce, what comes out of your mouth, supposed to be spiritual. What's according to the scripture? What's spiritual? We got a new brother that came in. What's spiritual according to the Bible? You get Romans 7:14. Romans chapter 7:14. It says in spiritual songs. What's spiritual? Because he didn't say go sing up to Allah. Go chant to Buddha. Right? Krishna. He said it's spiritual songs. So we gotta find out what spiritual is. Read Colossians, Romans 7:14.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
That the law is what?
Is spiritual.
Right?
But I am carnal, sold unto sin.
Because a lot of our people's carnal. But the Most High say what? Make spiritual songs. Talk about the law. Admonish people to keep the law, statute, commandments. In this world, what did they tell our people to do in these songs? Go out by any means and get that bag. Secure that bag. If you drop it like it's hot, you might make it in industry. That's what's being taught to our people. That's what's being educated to our people. So we got to make spiritual things to combat that wickedness. Give me the wisdom of Solomon, 7 verse 24. Because when your speech and your music is supposed to be wisdom, it's supposed to have a special effect on the people. You understand? When you're making music, when you're singing, you're ministering to the people. The only difference is you got to catch a beat in the background. You still ministering to the people. You understand? You just adding bass to the background, that's all. Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. This is the type of effect it's supposed to have.
Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than an emotion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
Because it's supposed to be able to go through. That wisdom you're coming now, you're producing, it's supposed to go all through. It's supposed to be pure with what? The law, statutes, the commandments. Read.
For she is the breath of the power of the Most High.
Right?
And a pure influence.
And a pure what?
And a pure influence.
Because it's a pure influence. It's a pure influence you bring to our people, because a lot of people don't know music carries spirits. Music do carry spirits. You understand? You listen to enough kill, kill, die, die, steal, steal. You're going to kill, kill, die, die, steal, steal. Because they have the power to influence you. Why do you think when David had that evil spirit, they sent David to go play the harp for him? Because they had the ability to chase away the spirit. Through the Most High, of course. Read.
Flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
Right.
Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her.
Right.
For she is the brightness of the everlasting light.
Because she is the what?
The brightness of the everlasting light.
Right.
The unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High.
Because that's what's supposed to be coming out, that wisdom of the Most High God. That wisdom of the Most High God is supposed to be coming out of your mouth, man. Give me Proverbs chapter 8, verse 6. Let's see what's not supposed to be coming out. Proverbs 8, verse 6.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 6.
All right.
Hear, for I will speak of excellent things.
What happened? Read.
And the opening of my lips shall be right things.
So what's supposed to be coming out of your mouth is the excellent things. The upright things. That's supposed to be coming out. Yo, brother, stop being a sodomite and repent. Put down the trap beat, man. That's what we're supposed to be producing. Since it's okay to be virtuous. You understand? That's what type of drama our people got to bring down. Because if we don't do, who will? And if we don't start building the kingdom, who will? Because the kingdom do not come on observation. Now give me, hold that, give me Luke 17:20. Luke 17:20. And you're going to go back to where you was at. Luke 17:20. If you don't do, who will? That's what sometimes our people don't put that type of thought pattern in their head. If you don't do, who will? Because some of us still ashamed of our talent. If you got a talent to produce beautiful music, you're supposed to be using it for the edification of the children of the Most High. Right? For the glorification of the Heavenly Father. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Most High shall come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation.
Because the kingdom will come with observation. You understand? Read.
Neither shall they say, lo, here.
It's improper, read.
Or lo, there.
It's in words and manners, read.
For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you.
Because it's in us. The kingdom isn't a kingdom without the children of Israel in the land. That's why we got to take everything the Most High given us, put it together, and we make this nation. A nation isn't nothing without its defense, without its teachers, without its physicians, without its judges, its elders, its captains, its musicians. A nation without music is a pretty boring nation. We could all agree upon that. You ever go back to Proverbs 8 verse 6?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 6. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things.
Right.
And the opening of my lips shall be right things.
Right.
For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my
Wickedness
lips.
is a what?
Is an abomination to my lips.
Because we're supposed to speak against the wickedness, read.
All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them.
Because when you're making this type of, when you're trying to put, bring up the Most High's people, when you're making up music, when you're making up anything you do, you're supposed to what? Bring out the righteousness out of your mouth. Speak the excellent things of the Most High. Ain't no perverse things supposed to be coming out of your mouth. You understand? Even though it's taught in some camps that what Paul said he was rude in speech. A lot of people misinterpret that scripture. You shouldn't be having no swearing or cuss words in your music. You understand? You leave that for the world. You leave that for Satan. Scripture says we're the children of the light. Give me 2 Corinthians 11 verse 6.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, and verse 6. But thou I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things.
So if a simple person were to read it, they'll say, oh, Paul was cursing, Paul was saying, blood this and blah, 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 blah. Manana. You know how Benjamin talk. You understand? If somebody would lack understanding would say that word, he's probably using foul language and swearing. A lot of these camps do that. Understand? Read it again.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 6. But thou I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge.
Right.
But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things.
Because Paul was saying, he like to get straight to the point when he speak. There's no sugarcoating. A lot of people that meet Benjamin, when Benjamin be on the phone, they get straight to the point and they get really out there, like wolves, for real. They start howling on how they speak. You understand? We're not supposed to be having swearing, all this corrupt things coming out of our mouth. Like, give me Sirach 23%. 33 verse 11. It's not 23 verse 11. Some more people come in this truth still carrying the spirit. You gotta actually start from verse 7. Come.
The book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 33, verse 7.
23.
23. At the time.
23 verse 7.
The book of Sirach, chapter 23, verse 7. Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth.
Right.
He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips.
Right.
The sinner shall be left in his foolishness.
Right.
Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby.
Right.
Accustom not thy mouth to swearing.
To what?
To swearing.
So you see the Most High from the beginning of the verse saying, all ye children, the discipline of their mouth. A lot of these artists, they don't have no discipline in their mouth. They say all types of profanity, vanity, all this type of abomination because they don't have no discipline in their mouth. Us being the children of the light, scriptures already tell you, do the spiritual songs. Speak the excellent things. Speak at the oracle of the Most High God. Read.
Neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One.
Right.
For as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark. So he that sweareth and nameth the Most High continually shall not be faultless. Because
we carry the name of the Heavenly Father. We're representation of the Most High on earth. You know what I'm saying? The Most High tells you, don't discipline your mouth. Don't get accustomed to swearing. You know what I mean? So when you're making this music, you're supposed to keep shalom, Baruch Hu, all these beautiful words the Most High gave us on Hebrew. Throw it in there. Throw in the sugar, spice, and everything nice. A lot of us come from different backgrounds, man. Use what you have in your background and throw it in the Most High's work. Throw it into your musical ministry. You understand? Because that's what you're doing. You're not just trying to make the hottest mixtape of this summer or the most cutest R&B track of this fall. You're ministering to the children of the Most High. What you say carries spirits. This earth was made by words. When Yahweh come back, scriptures say he did not carry no instrument of war. His mouth was like a two-edged sword. You understand? Our words have power. They hit more because they retain in your mind. They still stay in your spirit, your psyche. Give me Galatians 5:22. Because what you should say should be things of the spirit. Things of love, of the spirit. Because these things still stay with you. Me and the truth sometimes. Sometimes when I get when I get angry sometimes, and I listen to things in the world, it shifts up the spirit a little bit. Because these things have power. Why do you think Amalek invest so much in these rappers? Because everybody want to be a Kodak. Nobody want to be on Aaron. Galatians 5:22.
Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
Is what?
Is love.
So you're supposed to have love in your music. The law, statute, commandments, right?
Joy.
Right?
Peace.
What?
Peace.
Peace. Peace for the nation of Israel. Tell all the nations they go into captivity in their own music. Read.
Long suffering.
Right?
Gentleness.
Right?
Goodness.
Right?
Faith.
Right?
Meekness.
That's what's supposed to be in your music, man. Meekness, grace, salvation, peace, power, man. Uplifting your brother. Because we like that. Sometimes when our people is down, man, they need that righteousness to lift them up, man. They need that extra juice, that extra pump, man. Read.
Temperance. Against such there is no law.
Right?
And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts.
Because we're supposed to put all these things in subjection. All this wickedness is supposed to be under subjection in the name of the Mashiach. Because what we listen to have power. Give me 2 Samuel 16:20. No, actually 1 Samuel 16 verse 13. Let's look at an account in the scriptures.
The book of 1 Samuel.
Everybody say, come when you got it. Read.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16 and verse 13. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon David.
So this one, King David was anointed, right? By the Most High through the hands of Samuel the Levite. Read.
So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. But the Spirit of the Most High departed from Saul.
From the who?
From Saul.
Right?
And an evil spirit from the Most High troubled him.
So Saul was being troubled by an evil spirit during this time. Because of his disobedience. The Most High was not dealing with Saul because of his disobedience. He wanted to be a man pleaser. He wanted to listen to the Most High 50-50. There's no 50-50 with the Heavenly Father. Read.
And Saul's servant said unto him,
What he said to him?
Behold now, an evil spirit from the Most High troubled me.
Because all spirits come from the Most High. Read.
Let our power now command thy servants, which are there for thee, which are before thee, Salakia, to seek out a man.
To seek out who?
To seek out a man.
Right?
Who is a cunning player.
Who is a what?
A cunning player.
A cunning player. What is that talking about? Not running game on women. Read.
On an harp.
On a what?
On an harp.
Why didn't you go get the witch doctor? Why didn't you go get a soothsayer? Go get some NyQuil. Right? Read.
And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from the Most High is upon thee.
When this evil spirit is vexing you, read.
That he shall play with his hand.
That he shall what?
That he shall play with his hand.
That David will start playing his harp. Read.
And thou shalt be well.
Right?
And Saul said unto his servants, Provide me now a man that can play well.
Now Saul said, go find somebody who could fit this task. Read.
And bring him to me. Then answered one of the servants and said, Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning and plain, and a mighty valiant man,
right?
And a man of war, and a prudent in manners, and a comely person. The Most High is with him.
The Most High is what?
The Most High is with him.
So he wanted to go find somebody. Not only is he a cunning player. Notice, what was the last thing he said? That the Most High is what? Verse 18.
Then answered one of the servants and said, Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning and plain, and a mighty valiant man.
Not only is he cunning, he's good at what he's doing with the music. He's valiant, he's brave, read.
a man of war.
A man of war. He ain't no puppy, no sissy boy. Read.
And prudent in matters.
And prudent. He's very serious when you talk to him. Read.
And a comely person.
All right.
And the Most High.
And the what?
And the Most High.
Read.
Is with him.
He was righteous. The Most High was spirit is dwelling on this man. Why didn't he just find somebody who was good like Beyonce, but is wicked? The Most High is not going to be accepting that. So it was very crucial he found somebody else righteous, like what David fit that description that he needed. Read.
Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse.
Right.
And said, send me David thy son.
Bring David your son over here, read.
Which is with the sheep. And Jesse took a donkey laden with bread, and a bottle of wine, and a kid, and sent them by David his son unto Saul. And David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly. And he became his armor bearer. And Saul said to Jesse, saying, let David, and I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. And it came to pass where the evil spirit.
Now, this has happened after David was employed for the job. He said, now when the evil spirit, read.
From the Most High was upon Saul.
Now when the spirit vexing Saul is troubling him from sleeping, read.
That David took an harp and played with his hand.
What did he do?
Played with his hand.
He didn't take a sword, he didn't take a bow and arrow, he didn't take a spear or a shield. He took his harp, read.
So Saul was refreshed.
And Saul was what?
Saul was refreshed.
Because it has power. Music has power. A lot of people don't understand this, man. But us children, like us, we understand the scriptures. We understand that everything the Most High made was for a purpose. You understand? I bear witness because I grew up with this background. I'm from tribal Levi. I've seen wicked Levites use wicked songs, wicked music to do wicked things with witchcraft, and it actually worked before my eyes. I've seen this before. You understand? Music has an influence, it has a power. You understand? But our people use it on the left-hand side to worship everything but the Most High God. Give me Deuteronomy 32, verse 16. Deuteronomy 32, verse 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 16. They provoked him to jealousy.
They provoked who?
They provoked him to jealousy.
They provoked the Most High to jealousy. Our nation provoked the Most High to jealousy. Man. Really?
With strange gods.
With what?
With strange
When our
gods.
people was in the church talking about how to choose Jesus in the Christian church. Talking about God is good all the time in his songs. And they make it catchy too. They provoke the Most High to jealousy when they do these things. Read.
With abominations.
With what?
With abominations.
With abominations. Read.
Provoked they him to anger.
They provoke the Most High to anger. Our people provoke the Most High to anger when they do these things. Read.
They sacrifice unto devils.
They bring their works unto devils. Because the nations don't have a power. They can't give sacrifice to the living power. You understand? Hold that, give me 1 Corinthians 10:20. 1 Chronicles 10:20.
The book of 1 Corinthians.
Everybody say, come when you got it. Let's get it.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 20.
Right.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles
right.
sacrifice.
They do what?
Sacrifice.
Right.
They sacrifice to devils.
They sacrifice to devils because they don't have a God. They don't serve the living power. When our people got these laws, statutes, commandments, there's no difference between them and the whitest Edomite from Portugal. There's no difference between them. The Most High is not going to accept the sacrifices, man. Go back to where you was at Deuteronomy 32. You left off that. You know, all places to the Most High, we do have a music department in here, man. You know, we got our chief musician Asaph. We got our brother captains of 10 Karash. That's leading it, man. All praise to the Most High. We have more sisters that come into the music group, more brothers, more different varieties of genre coming. More reggae, even Levite music, Spanish music, that can come in and transition to that truth. Bring things that's beautiful in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. Speak those excellent things written in the scripture. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 17. They sacrifice unto devils,
Right?
not to the Most High.
No, Deuteronomy 32. What you was at Deuteronomy 32, verse 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 16. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods.
Right.
With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrifice unto devils, not to the Most High, to gods whom they knew not.
Because a lot of people do to gods they know not. Read.
To new gods that came newly up.
Right.
When whom your fathers feared not.
Because our fathers didn't know Caesar Borgia. Abraham didn't know Caesar Borgia. You understand? But a lot of people worship these other gods day in and day out. 4th of July, Christmas, R&B, reggae, jazz. Other people giving praises to another power. And that's not of the Most High. That's not the Most High. If music wasn't so important, why did the Most High put it in the spirit of David to set up a whole branch of Levites to be singers, do praise, do cymbals, do tambourine, do all this type of things in the house of the Most High day in and day out? It was a necessity that had to be done. You understand? If that wasn't the case, why did the Most High have David do it in the spirit? Give me 1 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 11. Let's get that account. But our people right now, man, David wish he got, I know David wish he got me down here, man. The type of technology we got now to praise the Most High. You have been hitting the little David dance day in and day out. And the name of God, my shit, that was shine, man. Why people take that for privilege? 15:11. Start with 15:11. 1 Chronicles 15:11.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 15 and verse 11.
So let's get that account in history.
And David called for Zadok,
right?
And Abiathar.
Zadok and Abiathar. I believe they were the chief priests during this time. Right? Of the sons of Kohath, the Aaronites. Read.
The priests. And for the Levites, for Uriel, Asaiah, and Joel, Shemaiah, and Eliel, and Aminadab, and said unto them, Ye are the chief of the fathers of the Levites. Sanctify yourselves, both ye and your brethren, that ye may bring up the ark of the Most High thy power of Israel unto the place that I have prepared for it. For because ye did it not at the first, the Most High our power made a breach upon us, for that we saw him not after the due order. So the priests and the Levites sanctified themselves to bring up the ark of the Most High thy power of Israel. And the children of the Levites bear the ark of the Most High upon their shoulders, with the staves thereon, as Moses commanded, according to the word of the Most High.
Right.
And David spake to the chief of the Levites.
What did he do?
Spake to the chief of the Levites.
Right.
To appoint their brethren.
To do what?
To appoint their brethren.
Remember, David was a righteous man. He had the spirit of the Most High. And the spirit of the Most High, he appointed these men, really.
To be the singers.
To be the what?
To be the singers.
To be the what?
To be the singers.
To be the singers, read.
With instruments.
With what?
With instruments.
Read.
Of music.
Of what?
Of music.
Read.
Psaltery.
What?
Psaltery.
Read.
And harps.
Right.
And cymbals.
Right.
Sounding by lifting up the voice with joy.
So David is the one who first started this. He set up a whole branch to just praise, sing to the Most High, man, with instruments of music. A lot of times when you see these carvings on the wall, I believe from the Assyrian captivity, like they said, the Lachish siege, when you see how people holding the harps, these are the same people, man. These are the same people you sing right there on those wall carvings. Read.
So the Levites appointed Heman, the son of Joel, and of his brethren, Asaph, the son of Berechiah.
What did he say?
So the Levites appointed Heman, the son of Joel, and of his brethren, Asaph, the son of Berechiah, and of the sons of Merari, and their brethren, Ethan, the son of Cushiah, and with them their brethren of the second degree, Zechariah, Ben, and Jaziel, and Shemiramah, and Jahiel, and Unai, Eliab, and Benaiah, and Messiah.
Jump down to verse 19.
Verse 19. So the singers, Heman, Asaph, and Ethan, were appointed to sound with cymbals of brass.
So these men were not only singers, they were appointed to what? The sound with the cymbals of brass. All the instruments that was made with brass, they were in charge. Read.
And Zechariah, and Azariah, and Shemiramoth, and Jahiel, and Unai, and Eliab, and Messiah, and Benaiah with psalteries on Alamah.
Right? John verse 22.
Verse 22. And Shenaniah, chief of the Levites, was for song. He instructed about the songs.
So this man was to do what? To instruct. To be instructed. You know when we do a chorus, you have the one guy with the one little stick. The instructor, telling everybody what notes to hit. Who's supposed to play? Oh, I'm sorry? The conductor. Come. He was like the conductor. So you see, our people have knowledge of this thing already. And we know Esau is the father of lies. So he had to get it from somewhere. When it comes to wickedness, he's the author of that. You understand? He can't do good. That's not in the spirit to do good. Esau can't tell the truth. It's not in the spirit for that. You understand? Read. John 11, verse 27.
Verse 27. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, and all the Levites that bear the ark and the singers, and Shenaniah, the master of the song with the singers. David also had upon him an ephod of linen. Mm-hmm. Thus all Israel brought up the ark of the covenant of the Most High, with shouting, and with sound of the cornets, and with trumpets, and with cymbals, making a noise with psalteries and harps.
So our people, we love being musical. You understand? These men was appointed to do what? Do the service of the Most High God. It's not a coincidence we got a music team, man. D-Light is on a music group. That's according to scriptures right here. We had a quote-unquote music group in the house of the Most High. Doing the service of the Most High with music. You understand? But there's certain things that we need to know. We got to put in our music. We can't put just anything as catchy with a hook. Not anything we could put out and display to the Most High God, because you require the best. You require you to do it skillfully. David didn't just shoot anybody. He chose the chief men that was skillful. Give me 1 Chronicles 16, verse 5. 1 Chronicles 16, verse 5.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 16 and verse 5.
Actually, jump down verse 7. Verse 7.
Verse 7. Then on the day David delivered first his psalm to thank the Most High into the hand of Asaph and his brethren, giving thanks unto the Most High, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. So
the things that we got to put in it, these men was putting in their ministry. Their musical ministry. Right? Read that verse again, verse 7. Actually, verse 8.
1 Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 8. Give thanks unto the Most High, call upon his name, make known his deeds.
Make known his what?
His deeds.
If you're not talking about how the Most High is going to put Esau in captivity, you're going on. If you're not going to talk about how the Most High is going to destroy America, 9/11 was it nothing compared to what the Most High is going to do? You're going on. Because you're supposed to act the deeds of the Heavenly Father. It's only right. Read.
Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works.
What?
Talk ye all of his wondrous works.
You speak of all his wonderful works. Read.
Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Most High. Seek the Most High in his strength. Seek his face continually. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders, and the judgments of his mouth.
So those are the type of things we're supposed to add in this music, man. Because everything on earth is a shadow of things in the heavens. Right? The way we bring the frankincense and work in and day out in the temple was being burned in the heavens in Revelation 5 and 8 before the Most High. Everything you see here, the way everything the Most High instructed us to do is a shadow of things in the heavens. Give me Colossians 2 and 17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 17.
Let's everybody get that. They call me out.
The book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 17, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Hamashiach.
So everything you see is a shadow of things to come. Everything we're doing now is on a low scale to what's going to be put in the kingdom. Understand? Right now we're using what? We're using like third weight hand-me-down instruments. In the kingdom of heaven, we're going to use silver vessels, real brass, fine wood of Lebanon. You understand? We're going to have the best of our people singing praises to the Most High God. We're going to be able to enjoy it without having to pay like $20,000 to go enjoy it. You understand? All these things are a shadow of things to come. Give me Colossians chapter 3, verse 1.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High.
You got to take a look at things from the spiritual aspect, man. You got to look at things of the above, man. Everything you see down is a mirror of things that's above. So let's take a look at everything that's being done above. Give me Revelation chapter 4. Let's look at some praises that's being done in the heavens. Because we know, according to Luke, when a sinner comes back from his transgression, who is an Israelite, the angels rejoice. That's according to scriptures. They rejoice. Right? Everything in the heavens is praising the Most High. Everything in the third heavens is praising the Most High day in and day out. Give me Revelation chapter 4, verse 6.
The book of Revelation chapter 4 and verse 6. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. And the first beast was like a lion, and the second beast was like a calf, and the third beast had a face as a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle.
So we know when we read Ezekiel, the first chapter, we know these are the angelic beings. Same things that's in the quote-unquote UFOs, the barber ships. Right? Read.
And the 4 beasts had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 most high power almighty, which was and is to come. And when those beasts gave glory and honor, and when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who liveth forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him. And worship him,
right,
that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Most High, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are in word.
So these men, these the 24 elders that sit before the Most High in the third heaven, angelic beings are going down to the knees and praising the Most High God. How much more should you do? Right? Give me Revelation 5, verse 8. Let's see some of the things how they were praising him.
The book of Revelation, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Right?
And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb.
They fell before Yahushua, right?
Having every one of them harps.
Having what?
Having every one of them harps.
Right?
And golden vials.
Incense, censers, read.
Full of odors.
Full of what?
Full of odors.
That's the frankincense and myrrh. Read.
Which are the prayers of saints.
Which is the representation of the prayers of our people. They're praising the Most High with cymbals, with vials, with orders. How much more should we do it? And we're right on earth. We better get past 40. You understand? These men they said two say they had crowns. All of us, we're still trying to get our seat with the Most High. You understand? Everything on the earth was created to give praises, man. Give me Psalm 148, verse 1. Psalm 148, verse 1. I know a lot of times our people want the deep breakdowns, can't even handle it. You understand? Because we know the spirit of wisdom is a spirit of discipline. If you can't understand that you have to praise the Most High and be happy to do it, not just murmuring, how are you going to understand the things written in Ezekiel 38 chapter? Second Ezra, the 11th chapter. Daniel's the 7th chapter. How you don't understand these things? You're not disciplined enough to get the wisdom to understand and comprehend. You understand? Read that for me.
The book of Psalms, chapter 148, verse 1. Praise ye the Most High.
Right.
Praise ye the Most High from the heavens. Praise him in the heights. Praise ye him, all his angels. Praise ye him.
We know all the angels praise the Most High. We just read that. Right? Angelic priests praise the Most High. Read.
All his hosts. Praise ye him, sun and moon.
The sun and the moon give praises to the Most High, man.
Right.
They don't step out of the commandment of the Heavenly Father. Read.
Praise him, all ye stars of light.
All the what?
All ye stars of light.
And that'll be the homework for anybody on the live stream. Do your research. Stars do sing to the Most High. They do give a frequency that's similar to cymbals, to drums and congos when they are listened to. They do that for the Most High. That's according to scriptures right here. Everything written in the scriptures is there for a reason. It's not being written there for just for glitter, spice, and everything nice. When the Most High said he has a beast in the sea called Leviathan, who's going to reveal in these last days, that's a literal thing. It's not a metaphor. Read.
Praise him, ye heavens of heavens,
right?
And ye waters that be above the heavens. Let them praise the name of the Most High, for he commanded, and they were created.
Because he commanded, the Most High made everything by words. Everything on the earth is giving praise to the Most High. The whales making this beautiful sound is to sing to the Most High. You understand? Us being his chosen, we're supposed to take joy in it. You understand? It doesn't matter if we're singing up for 3 hours straight, we're supposed to be happy to do it. Because the Most High didn't have to wake you up. He didn't have to choose us to be a nation. He told Moses he wanted to raise up rocks to be a mighty nation. You understand? So people, we should be a chosen people in praise, in our works, in our speech, in every aspect of our life. You understand? Give me 2 Thessalonians 2:13. Let's get a couple scriptures before we close out. 2 Thessalonians 2:13.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you.
Scripture said we're bound to give thanks unto the Most High. Read.
Brethren, beloved of the Most High.
Right.
Because the Most High hath from the beginning chosen you.
Because he had what?
Chosen you.
He from the beginning chosen you. Scripture said you were predestined in Romans to get this understanding, to wake up. Right, read.
To salvation.
Right.
Through sanctification.
Through what?
Through sanctification.
Through sanctify, because he sanctified you. He made you able to understand this word. People in Harvard, Yale, they can't understand this Bible. It's like jigsaw puzzles to them. Read.
Of the spirit and belief of the truth.
Right.
Whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our power, Hamashiach Yahushua.
So you can understand, Christ didn't die for everybody. Jesus really don't love white people. You understand? The Most High chose you from the beginning to what? To give him his due respect. To sanctify him. Scripture say those that come nigh unto him, you gotta sanctify the Most High. The closer we are to the Most High, we gotta respect him. And we the closest nation to the Heavenly Father. Give me Sirach 43, verse 24. Sirach 23, verse 24. 43, 24. Salak 43, 24.
The book of Sirach in the Red Apocrypha, chapter 43 and verse 24. They that sail on the sea tell of the danger thereof. And when he hear it with our ears,
That's
we
44, 24?
I'm trying to get there too. It's 32. Actually, 30. It's not 43 and 30.
The book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 30. When ye glorify the Most High, exalt him as much as ye can.
Most High said you're supposed to exalt him as much as you can. With every breath and every being, every soul, every love you got for the Heavenly Father, and your Yahushua, read.
For even yet will he far exceed.
Right?
And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength.
Just when you think you've done it enough, he said, I'm still greater than that. You still got to keep going. It's not enough. You got to say Abraham, Isaac. You got to say about 20 times. It's still not enough. Right? Read.
And be not.
You feel me? Most I say his voice is calling to the sons of men. You understand? You get in order. We got to get in order. You understand? Whether they get in order or not, seek your own soul salvation. With fear and trembling. You understand? Just like the Most High have righteous men that's still on the earth, you got righteous women who's going to praise him. You understand? Because our children, who have children, they're looking at you as an example. They're looking at your relationship with the Heavenly Father. How do you expect them to love and want to praise the Most High, and you can't even do it? You won't be a hypocrite. You understand? That's why we gotta do this thing when we're all our heart. We went to captivity because we didn't want to serve the Most High with joyfulness, man. With our whole being. What's the love of everything we got? Yahushua loved the Most High to death. Kept his commandment to death. You understand? That's the same way we're supposed to feel with the Heavenly Father. Get me Psalm 33 verse 3. Psalm 33 verse 3. Right? Oh, come. 13 and 9? You have to destroy yourself? Give me Hosea 13 verse 9. I like that. Come on. Monetizar. Come here. Everybody say come when you got it. You about to be done. You read the scripture. Put the link to the mobile page on there. And charge it over to and say subscribe. Yeah. So go ahead and read it.
The book of Hosea, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Right?
O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself.
Because us as a nation, we destroy ourselves. We want to keep 4th of July and not give the Most High his due praise. We did it to ourselves. We brought ourselves to captivity. Now, us coming back to the Heavenly Father, coming back to our ways, we have no choice, no option but to give him his praise and due diligence, due respect. How does it look? You stand before the kings of kings, lords of lords, Lord of hosts. Give me Isaiah 43 verse 15. And you're that one brother, that one sister that's just murmuring. No. You're not giving the Most High no praise. And he woke you up this morning. He let you stop believing God loves everybody. He gave you that liberty. You understand? Get that scripture from me. Because we understand, a lot of our people don't understand what we praise him. A lot of our people forget that, even in the truth. Sometimes we forget.
Read 16.
43 and 15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43 and verse 15. I am the Most High, your Holy One.
What did he say?
I am the Most High, your Holy One.
The Most High God said, I am your power, the Holy One, the separate one. Because he's only dealing with us. Really?
The creator of Israel.
The creator of what?
The creator of Israel.
Your creator, we.
Your king.
Your what?
Your king.
Your what?
Your king.
You can't go before the king and you don't give him no praises. No respect. He said, I'm your creator, your Holy One, and your king. You understand? So when we give him praises, we're supposed to get up and be ready. Singing the words before Shalamah even about to say it. Take it away, matter of fact. Add some extra spice into it. You understand? Because he deserves it. 2/3 is a big number. 66.6% of the so-called Native Hispanics and Native Americans, Seminole Indians, that's a lot of people. We're just praying we don't enter into that bracket. You understand? Give me Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. A lot of schools don't do it. Most High when you put it in the spirit that they do it. Sing and give the Most High his praise. Sometimes we feel like we're too macho to do it. That's too feminine. David danced, David sing, David set up the whole music ministry. And he was a killer. A righteous killer. Give me Revelation chapter 14, verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the mount of Sion, and with him 144,000 have his father's name written in their foreheads.
So this is the 144,000, right? Everybody should know this is the elect of men. It's gonna be like the top bracket. You understand? When you go to the kingdom, that's gonna be them boys right there. Read.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
And we already know that's the angels, that's the 24 elders, that's the host of in the third heaven. Read.
And they sung as it were a new song
What
before
did
the
they
throne.
do?
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
Scripture says they sung a new song. These are the best of the children of Israel. Read.
And before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song.
No man could learn that song, that type of praise. Only these men was gifted with that type of praise. Why come the scripture then say they got to do Draco 223 and AR-47? Right, read.
But the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth,
right?
These were they which were not defiled with women.
These were they that were defiled. They weren't distracted with things of this world. When they was trying to praise the Most High, they praised the Most High. When they was trying to sing for the Most High, they sing. When they was trying to go to do the ministry, the work, they went out and go do it without question. You turn around, they're already dancing, clapping, and dancing like David. Read.
For they are virgins.
But they are what? They're pure. They're sanctified. Us in the truth, us as men, we got to step it up, and we got to step up our praise for the Heavenly Father. The women in the truth, step it up and praise the Heavenly Father. You understand? We know it's written in Isaiah 3:16, how he gave the daughters of Zion a bald spot in their head. A lot of our women in this truth, they still got their hair for a reason, because of the mercy of the Heavenly Father.
God.
Unfortunately, his mercy do run out thin too. So we got to worship the Most High. We got to sing and praise. We got to make up new ways to give the Father respect, glory upon this earth. Combat the wickedness that's on this earth. You understand? Because if we don't do, we're going to do it. But that's going to be the end of the class. Due to the fact we're going to have a big camp tomorrow. So, is there any questions that anybody have? And I want to give an advisory. If anybody come with any crazy doctrines, you will get cut on the live stream. No crazy doctrines. If you have any honest, sincere questions, ask right now because we're about to close on in about 1 to 2 minutes. So what's on the live stream?
Beziel, speaker of Yeshua Truth.
Shout out to our brother Beziel, a speaker of the truth.
Truth be told.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Our brother Truth be told, or sister Truth be told.
Monster Madness.
Next.
Eric Ramsey.
Shout out to our brother Karash. Shalom, shalom. That's it? So what time is it right now?
9:25.
All right, let me know what time is it right now. Press the time. How many seconds is it until 26? In about 1 minute, we're going to close out. Does anybody have any questions at all pertaining to this topic or another topic? Please ask it on the live stream. Do not come with any doctrines because you will get cut. So we have a Wednesday class from 6 to 8. We have a Thursday class just for men that's willing to be in the army of the Most High God and do His work. From Thursday from 8 to 10, hosted by the elder captain Marshall and the elder Palapawaz and Priest Kahan. We have a Friday class going over to the historical events in the scriptures, historical things that have to do with our people as well. Hosted by myself and Elder Lampalau. We have a Saturday Shabbat portion that's hosted by Minister Shalamah, Priest Kahan, from 12 at noon to 4:30/5 p.m. We're located at 2937 West Broward Boulevard. We should have in the description. If anybody want to reach out to us, you can contact Minister Shalamah or Priest Kahan. We do have a soldiers class only for men that's willing to be in the army of the Most High God. That's down to do for the salvation of our people. So that's it. Nobody have no questions? I'm telling you, ever since I cut that one sister, nobody asked no questions anymore, man. We're going to close out. We're going to close out with the word Adawan Shalapala. Amani Wapanda Hakadam. The Adawan Lapala. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Qudash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakavka, Daba'ah, Ratazayka, Ayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Ka, Hayah, Bashamayim, Latanawa, Latam, Kayawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Tabayanawa, Bansai one, Abode, I was shine now, Oyan, Rai, Kaya, Lacha, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atai Parah, La'awalamyam, Bahashim, Amashiach, Yahushai, Tawana, Damyad, Aman. Read it in English.
Matthew 6:9.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, for deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power of the glory forever. Amen. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive you your trespasses. Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua, the word of Tanyad. Amen.
Shalom to the house of Israel. That the Most High continue to have mercy upon us.